Some days you feel tired, not because you worked too hard, but because you gave too much of yourself away. You help and help and help, and then one day you look around and realize no one is really there to help you. Today's story is about a man who could never say no, and how one storm and one conversation changed his life forever. His name was Elias. Elias was kind, quiet, and always ready to help. If someone needed help, Elias came. If someone needed advice, Elias listened. If someone needed support, Elias stayed. People called him kind. They called him dependable. They said he had a good heart, and they were right. He did. But slowly, almost without noticing, something began to change. At first, it was small things. His house grew a little messy. A few dirty dishes in the sink. A shirt on a chair. A floor he would clean tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. His garden went untended. Weeds began to grow. Between the plants he loved, flowers that once stood tall started to bend and dry. His body felt heavy, especially in the morning. Getting out of bed felt harder. His legs were slow. His back ached. His eyes felt tired, even after a full night of sleep. Still, every time someone called his name, he smiled and said, "Of course, I'll help." A neighbor needed a ride. He said yes. A friend needed to talk for hours. He said yes. A cousin needed money. Just this one time, he said yes. And maybe you know that feeling too. Maybe you've watched your own plans, your own dreams, your own rest disappear while you were busy saving everyone else. One evening, Elias came home late. Very late. All day, he had helped a woman move heavy furniture. He had fixed a broken fence for an elderly neighbor. He had carried bags, pushed boxes, and solved problems that were never his. His hands ached. His back burned. His head felt full and heavy, like a room with no air. He opened the door to his house, but he didn't turn on the light. He just sat down in the dark. His sister, Lena, was visiting that week. She watched him quietly from the other room. After a moment, she walked over and said softly, "You always help everyone, but you look like you're fading." Elias forced a small smile. "I'm just tired," he said. "Nothing is wrong. I'm fine." But deep inside, he felt something very different. Not just tired, empty, like a glass that everyone drinks from, but no one ever refills. That night, Elias lay awake in his bed. He listened to the soft wind Outside his window, he stared at the ceiling and thought, when did helping others start costing me my peace? A few days later, a storm came. The sky grew dark in the middle of the day. Thick gray clouds covered the sun. Then the rain began, cold, hard, heavy, like it had been asking for help for a long time, and no one had come. He stood there in silence, rain still pounding on the roof. His clothes were wet, his hair was wet, and his heart felt completely exhausted. Then very slowly, he sat down on a chair and put his head in his hands. In that quiet, painful moment, he finally understood. I saved everyone else, he thought, and I forgot to save myself. That night, he whispered into the dark room, I can't keep living like this. The next morning, the storm was gone. The sky was clear again. The air felt fresh and cool, but inside, Elias still felt heavy. He needed to think, so he went for a walk to the edge of town. There was a small river, a place he used to visit when he was younger. On a flat rock, beside the water, an old man was sitting. He was just watching the river as it moved slowly by. Elias sat down next to him. For a while, they said nothing. They simply listened to the gentle sound of running water. Then, without planning to, Elias began to speak. I help everyone, he said quietly. Everyone, all the time. But I feel empty. So empty inside. What's wrong with me? The old man did not answer immediately. He looked at the water. He watched how it moved around rocks and branches, always flowing, never stopping. After a moment, he said, this river gives life. It waters the fields. It feeds the trees. It gives drink to animals and people. Without the river, this town could not live. He paused. The water kept moving. But when a river flows without limits, he continued, when it has no walls, no direction, no boundaries, it floods. It destroys houses. It pulls trees from the ground. It becomes dangerous. The old man turned and looked into Elias's eyes. You are like this river, he said softly. You are kind. You give. You help. But kindness without boundaries becomes self-destruction. Too much giving with no limits can slowly destroy you. Elias felt each word drop into his heart like stones into water. So, what should I do? He asked. The old man smiled gently. Help others, he said. Yes, help when you can, but don't abandon yourself. You also need care. You also need rest. Even giving needs limits. Even kindness needs boundaries. Later that day, someone knocked on Elias's door. He opened it. Another neighbor stood there, still wet from the last rain, asking for help. Elias, can you come now? I really need you. Elias felt the familiar pull inside, the old habit, the automatic yes that always waited on his tongue. His mouth almost opened, but this time he paused. He looked at his tired hands. He looked at his wet, damaged ceiling. He looked at his own unfinished life. His heart beat fast. Saying no felt scary, wrong, selfish. But he remembered the river. He remembered the old man's eyes. So he took a slow breath and said, very gently, I'm sorry. I can't today. I need to take care of myself. The words felt strange, new, awkward, but also freeing. The neighbor left, the door closed. And for the first time in a very long time, Elias stayed. He cleaned his home. He repaired small things he had ignored for months. He cooked himself a warm, simple meal. He sat down, ate slowly, and listened to the quiet. That night, he slept deeply. No heavy thoughts, no endless worries, just rest. Days passed. Elias still helped people, but only when he truly could, when his body had energy, when his mind felt clear, when helping did not hurt him. Some people stopped coming. They found other friends. Some learned to solve their own problems. And something unexpected happened. People began to respect him more. They knocked less. But when they did, they asked more politely. They stopped treating him like a machine that was always on. His home felt calm. His garden slowly came back to life. Green leaves, new flowers. His mind felt clear. His smile returned. Not the tired, forced smile, but a real one. He finally understood. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. One evening, as the sun was going down, the old man walked past Elias's house. He saw Elias sitting outside, relaxed, drinking a warm cup of tea. You look different, the old man said. Elias smiled softly. I stopped emptying myself, he answered, for people who never filled me. The old man nodded, his eyes warm. That, he said, is called self-respect. My friend, if you feel tired, if you feel taken for granted, if you keep giving until there is nothing left, remember this: saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you strong. Because the moment you protect your peace, life begins to respect you. First, be kind to yourself. This is Elias's story, but what about you? Is it easy or difficult for you to say no to people? Do you also say yes to everyone and forget yourself? Write in the comments. My lesson from this story is we will read your comments and learn from you.